Good morning, class. My name is Paul Walker, and I'd like to talk to you this morning about Christian colonization efforts for freed American blacks. In 1817, President James Monroe signed a bill into law that authorized the expenditure of $100,000 to buy land in Africa and provide transportation for freed blacks to set up a colony there. This entire effort was driven by a group known as the Christian African Colonization Society, and they had very grand ideas for this colony that would allow the freed blacks to govern themselves, to set up farms and communities, and to then spread Christianity throughout the area. And this would be the most successful colonization effort that America was involved in. This colony eventually became the country of Liberia, whose capital was named Monrovia for President James Monroe. It's one of the strongest democracies in Africa today. About 50 years after this, President Ulysses S. Grant put together a plan for the resettlement of blacks and to reduce racial tensions in the South. He had planned to annex the island of Santo Domingo and to resettle these freed blacks there, allow them to govern themselves and to be under the protection of the United States. And he envisioned more than one state, maybe as many as 5. But Grant had had several scandals in his administration, and the Congress saw this as just another boondoggle, and so they disapproved it. During the Civil War, General William Tecumseh Sherman captured Atlanta and then moved his armies down to Savannah, cutting a very wide swath through the deep South. When he reached Savannah rather, he turned north and went up through the Carolinas. There he discovered hundreds of thousands of acres of land that had been abandoned by plantation owners. And so Sherman requisitioned this land for the military, and he had thousands of blacks following him as he marched through the South. So he called their leaders together, who were the church leaders, and parceled out this land, gave them written authorization to be there, and later when there was a dispute about ownership, the blacks had a good title to the land. And finally, Abraham Lincoln, just prior to his assassination, had been working with the country of Colombia for the resettlement of freed blacks. In fact, he had just sent an ambassador there to work out the details. And then after his assassination, his replacement, Andrew Johnson, didn't want anything to do with it. Johnson felt like that the South needed every freed black to rebuild and set up a normal life. Anyway, it's an interesting story about the colonization efforts, and I appreciate your attention. Thank you very much.